This is the third elimination round of the 2015 Bridgestone 4x4 Club Challenge. For this round, the teams headed to the infamously famous Atsagat 4x4 trail near Brits, renowned for offering 4x4 enthusiasts plenty of challenges. With a full complement of 4x4s arriving for the challenge, ranging as always from the tiny to the super-sized, the safety briefings and checks were completed, and it was time to go the airborne route at Atsagat. Hold on now, this is going to be one wild ride. This is obstacle 1 of 10, and it's a cross-axled affair of note to get the party started. This is Emil Enrico and Gerard van Veek's Mazda BT50 3.2 Auto, which is very much standard and very much long. Let's ride with the Mazda and keep an eye on Emil's reaction when the BT50 starts clocking some airtime.
Kom ner, alles af, vi tar fan inte där.
After that moment, Emil decides to rather take out another pole instead of following the obstacle line. And so the team leaves this obstacle with 0 points. Crikey, it looks like it's going to be one of those days. Ah, here's former champion Danny Daniels with Rob Wallace in the co-pilot seat. Danny's Jeep Grand Cherokee features a few aftermarket upgrades, so maybe he'll do better here. And he's also a former champion.
Stop.
Danny gets the Jeep through the first section with no drama. Now just that last gate, set on a rather uncomfortable angle. And no, he's hung the Jeep up on the heap of sand. After some assistance from Rob, he gets the Jeep dislodged and has another go. But now it's well and truly stuck, so a Jeep is called in to recover a Jeep, and this is just obstacle 1.
Coming, slowly. Right.
Ah, shame. Here's Flip Murray and Peter Brits in their little air-powered Suzuki SJ, which also has open differentials. After watching both the Mazda and Jeep struggle here, the SJ probably doesn't stand a chance. Or will that short wheelbase be an advantage here? Let's ride with Flip.
Stop.
Amazingly, the little Suzuki scored 90 points, only recording the one stop when the engine ran out of air. So this obstacle certainly suits the shorties. This is obstacle 3, a progressive obstacle where you score more points the higher you get. It's a nasty, rocky business of a climb that will suit 4x4s like a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon with 10 locking differentials. A Suzuki Jimny 1.3 with open diffs, not so much. This is Chart and Adele Prinsloo, and at least Chart is full of confidence about his chances.
Hopelijk 'n 40 punte. Hopelijk nie 0 nie.
And off they... oh dear. And there they stop.
Yeah, there's not a lot of grip, but yeah, we tried and we failed.
Talking about a Rubicon with 10 locking differentials, Karuben Reddy and Pradeep Rekhobir drive exactly one of those. Let's see how they do in their Unlimited. That was very well done, but they recorded a stop and took out one pole, so that's 65 points earned. Time to head to the shops for a quick break. See you in a jiffy. Welcome back to the third Bridgestone 4x4 Club Challenge elimination round, held at the rather challenging Atsagat near Brits. This is obstacle 2, and these are defending champs Jaco and Karen van Sale, who drive a 50-year-old Landy. This obstacle features more axle twisters and ditches and other nasties. Let's see how Jaco fares here. With 2 poles killed dead, that's 50 points for Jaco and the vintage Landy.
I can mess up as well. Yeah. This is a sideways, eh?
And on that Land Rover note, here are Andrew Lingington and Eric van Oppel in a much newer Land Rover Defender Puma 110.
You stuck your controversy. Don't put your tires that way. full lock left. Full lock left. Oh, we stop. Stop. Sorry. Okay.
Oh dear, the longer 110 has wedged itself into the ditch, and it's not going anywhere under its own steam. So the Landy has to be recovered by a bakkie. This is Atsighat's famous Z-turn, a tricky turn on extremely slippery gravel at a very uncomfortable angle. And this is a recovery process on the go, with Rick Scholz and Lali van Locherenberg's Toyota Hilux in a precarious position after sliding. The Hilux's rear diff lock doesn't work either, so it can't reverse up that slope at all. Even the medic and camera crew help out with the route master Saki Kutsia in charge of proceedings.
Okay, and draai skerp rechts onmiddellik, draai skerp rechts.
After much nail-biting moments, the Hilux is finally out. And here's another Toyota Hilux. This is Rian and Michelle Kutsia. Let's ride with the Kutsia family, who are looking decidedly worried. Phew, that was well done, Rian. The team only took out one pole, but recorded plenty of stops to score 20 points. But 20 points here is plenty more than many other teams.
Maal 5.
This is Andries Volmerans and Teeny Mini in a Jeep Cherokee. And Andries has a cunning plan to prevent too much wheel lift. Drive through the obstacle at 20 k's an hour. So that speedy approach did result in 60 points, but by Jove, that probably gave Teeny in the passenger seat a few instant extra grey hairs.
Yeah, the wheels. Yeah.
If you thought the Jeep lads were a bit fast through this hairy obstacle, you haven't seen Suzuki man Ivan Lerm do his Nassar Al-Attiyah impersonation, despite co-driver Stephen Greaves' best attempts to slow him down. Hold on. Sure, so at least he got through there okay, scoring a commendable 75 points after taking out just one pole.
I must be honest, this is actually one of those really difficult obstacles that a lot of things can go wrong if you miss it. And I think I did well, and I'm proud of myself because I don't like these obstacles at all.
This is obstacle 7. And as far as the obstacles in this round go, it's a bit like driving up a pavement at a mall. This is Clinton and Bernice Kruger, and they drive a Suzuki Jimny, which is aptly named Hippo for this water splash crossing. Yep, driving up that pavement, here's an excited Clinton.
I loved it, the water, and to walk through it and that. It's actually the first time that I'm playing in water with my Jimny. So yeah, I'm quite excited, and I'm glad I got 100 now, so that's cool.
Shopping time again. Join us after the break as the teams tackle the last two water obstacles. And we find out who ruled the roost at Atsagat. We're back at the Atsagat 4x4 trail near Brits, and this is obstacle 4, which is another tough rocky climb. This is Brian's style in a very standard Jeep Grand Cherokee, with co-pilot Ralph White on the track as pointsman. Let's ride with the Jeep. That's a grand job, Brian, and that's 75 points earned. This is obstacle 8, which is a bit of a water crossing, topped off with a few large rocks. And this is Ruan and Nico Kaiser in a Landy pickup TDI, which Ruan had rebuilt himself. Let's see how the Landy team goes.
Come right. Okay, go. Right, okay. Go.
And that's a grand job, with the Landy lads scoring 90 points here. They went on to do really well at this event, but more on that in a moment. This is the last obstacle of the day, and here the teams literally have to cross the Crocodile River. This is co-driver Chart Skierpers, who gingerly makes his way through the river, while driver Sean Niemand sits high and dry in the Wrangler TJ. And off he goes. Since this crossing is a rather slow and long one, an opportunity to tell you more about Atsagat, set here on the banks of the Crocodile River. It's not exactly the kind of place you want to take on in your pavement special 4x4. It's a rough, tough old place that's beautiful but can also make grown men cry. The venue's water crossings are a unique attraction, but it also depends on the depth of the river if you can cross it or not. That first part was pretty much easy, with Chart Twinkle Toes Skiepers doing his checking thing in the water. Sean follows in the comfy cabin of the Jeep. You can just imagine Sean sitting in the Jeep's cabin, champing at the bit to floor the straight six engine. Ah, and there he goes, revving it up some. And here are our last customers of the day, Dani and Daniel Tate, in a nifty Suzuki SJ413. It's not been a great day in the 4x4 office for Dani, who leads the rankings overall. The Tates sail through this obstacle relatively okayish, recording a few stops in the first part of the water crossing.
Yeah, it's been nice. Like a technical course. Great venue. It's great venue. It's been great.
Before we get to this event's winners, an overview of the overall prizes that are up for grabs in this competition. In the eliminator rounds, like this one, the top teams will win only points because the really big prizes will be in the game in the final event, where the top 30 teams will have a crack at top honours. Overall winners in both short wheelbase and long wheelbase classes will receive a set of Bridgestone tyres as well as a Trick Tough dog suspension upgrade courtesy of Opposite Lock. Second place will win an LED light bar and Snowmaster fridge, and third place an Opposite Lock tyre repair kit and a Melville and Moon seat cover set. Several smaller accessory prizes will also be up for grabs for the top 10 places in each class. Right, so in the short wheelbase class, it was Sean Niemand and Chart Skiepers who didn't put a Bridgestone tyre out of place to record a total of 905 points. And in the long wheelbase segment, it was a turn-up for the books as teenager Ruan Kaiser, with his dad Nico in the passenger seat, won the day in the Landy TDI with an overall score of 800 points, beating a host of highly experienced drivers and former champions in the process. Next week, the teams take a trip to Lichtenberg in the northwest, where they do battle on old mine dumps covered in marble-like rocks, resulting in plenty of action. Till then, ta-ra!